What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel today. I wanted to get back into some more From theories and speculation, but in today's video, I wanted to explore the importance of the crows and ravens that we see throughout the whole entire series of From. So let's go ahead and get into it. But throughout the whole series of From, the monsters never really seem to be bothered by the townsfolk, and we know for the most part that the townsfolk can't really harm the night monsters as well, except for when they killed Smiley. And also, Kenny says that he thinks the night monsters can run after them, they just don't have a reason to because they prefer toying with them to make them a little bit more scared. But I think it's a little more than that going on. The crows are providing them with all the information they need. I'm thinking they're using them to know where the townspeople are at all times, and they also use them to figure out what they're planning and what is going to be their next major action in the town. They even knew when Boyd said that the town won't break them, as we see in the beginning of season 3, that they say to Boyd that they are going to break them. They have to be always watching the townspeople somehow, and we even see when Jade plays the tune on the last episode of season 3, and we see the man in yellow appears after they remember everything. How did the man in yellow know that they were even doing that in the first place? The only answer that I really have is the crows are used for surveillance and to gather information, but that makes me wonder, why did they even need to use them to survey the town in the first place? And we'll get back to that question in a few. There are many times crows have been seen throughout the show. We know the crows are always there when someone new enters the town, and one important time the crows were seen is when Tilly was doing a tarot reading on Fatima. They were almost attacked by that one as well, and it's highly likely the entity or the monsters did not want her doing that. But now I wanted to talk about some connections that could be made with Greek and Norse mythology, but there are a lot of similarities of how we can see the crows being used in the show. But in Greek mythology, they are really only associated with the god Apollo. They were primarily messengers for him, and they were also symbols of prophecy, but they are commonly seen as negative due to the myth that Apollo sent a crow to spy on his lover, but she was unfaithful, so he burned the crow, turning it black, and then the crows became a symbol of bad luck and even death sometimes as well. But let's quickly talk about the Norse mythology connections. From what I have found, Odin has two ravens named Hugin and Munin, and I do apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but they fly around the world and gather information for him, and they are considered to be one and the same with Odin as well. And his ravens are also connected to the world tree Yggdrasil, and that is technically like a nexus point, for lack of a better term, that links other realms together. And in Norse mythology, crows symbolize knowledge. But let's get back to why would they even have these birds for surveillance anyway. It has to be something that they are protecting. It could be anything really, like the knowledge that Jade, Tabitha, and Jim found out, and maybe even a way to escape the town. Who really knows at the moment? But I wanted to throw a curveball at y'all. Do you think that the ravens could be the souls of the other residents of the town from previous cycles? We know that in many of my videos I've referenced it many times, but Jade's theory on thermodynamics is that energy cannot be created or recreated, but only really changed into another form. So that could be what happened to the previous cycle townsfolk, that they were turned into the ravens. So that could explain why the crows are all flying around the front of the tree. Maybe it's a warning, or maybe it's just them recruiting to help them escape the cycle. And I think it's more along the lines of a warning them, because also in Greek mythology, crows were a signs of bad omens and warnings as well. And going back to the scene with Tilly and Fatima, maybe that was also a warning to get them to stop from doing the tarot reading. Maybe the entity or something in the town would become aware of them and start to hunt them down, or something worse might even happen, like something around the town. Who really knows? But everyone, let me know what you think about these theories, and I'm still excited for season 4. I can't wait to see what they bring to the tables for us. They're probably just going to be a lot more questions, but you know, I'm starting to think that this show is not really about answering stuff, but just really trying to make the viewers think about what's going on. But stay tuned for the next theory. We'll be talking about why the monsters only come out at night, and why I think they are kind of like lying or giving the townfolk false hope. I think they are able to come out in the daytime. But thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you on the next one.